Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and this series is the Battle Forces of 2021 Christmas, I guess. I will be assembling each of the battle forces and taking a close look at them for you so that you can see what the models are like, see what their options might be, and as well go over any assembly difficulties that I might have had. Today's video is going to be the Purgatus Mission Battle Force of the Adeptus Sororitas, which includes an emulator, a exorcist, a 5-man group of the Sacrosancts, a 10-man group of Battle Sisters and Cherub, and a Dogmata to choose from. So let's have a look at them. Alright, here they are. My Battle Sisters and my Dogmata are not on bases right now. Simply because I don't actually intend to use any of the regular bases. I'm going to be putting all of them, even these guys, but I put them on bases before I considered it. I'm going to be putting them all on other bases. As norm, there's enough to make either 10 Battle Sisters or 5 and 5 Dominions and Celestians, whichever you choose. Each of the sisters are pretty well done, easy peasy, not so difficult to put on or assemble. You will have enough heads. You've got more than enough heads in the kit to have them all helmeted if you prefer to have them helmeted. But I thought I'd give them all their faces this time around, paint them up nicely, see how well I could do. Just a regular band of sisters. So you've got a bunch of different weapon options to choose from, more than enough. These ones I have assembled for Kill Team, actually. But of course, I'll also be using them in Warhammer 40,000. But I assembled them with a 10-man Kill Team crew in mind. And yeah, there are extra heads, there are extra unhelmeted heads, there are extra helmeted heads, and all of the various options. There is a couple options for this one. I just preferred this one to the one that had cyborg babies attached to it. I don't think I've kept it quiet at all that I find the cherubs completely creepy. Totally not for cyborg babies. So you'll notice that even though the original builds of any of these, of the sisters, and of the two guys that are supposed to have cyborg babies on them, or cherubs, I'm missing those pieces. They're still on the sprue, and that's where they're gonna stay until I figure out what to do as a alternative to the cyborg babies. The way that they were assembled was to hide any of the mold lines. I enjoyed putting them together. It was peaceful. Same thing with this Dogmata. The Dogmata has a helmeted head or an unhelmeted head, whichever one you prefer. You get additional staff, and it is purely aesthetics. There isn't any functional difference between the two. Same with her possible toppings of these guys. It's whichever one you prefer. I kind of like the idea of this one over the candles. Is it because I don't like painting candles? Maybe this is definitely the easier option. And then her face is not actually that bad. Still has the strange elfin look to it, but she's alright. All the Sacrosancts, they had the option of halberds or maces, and I just preferred the halberds option. The maces are good, but I just prefer the halberds. I think these are among my favorite models of the Adeptus Sororitas. I just love how they look. I wasn't so sure about this helmet style, but I love it. Yeah, I like these a lot. Except for their skirts, which you'll have to layer on plastic glue to fix their joins. And you also get extra heads. You could either have these as hooded ladies or helmeted ladies. And the faces on the hooded ladies are actually are just fine. I'd be able to use them. Oh, and they are compatible such that you could use them on your sisters instead if you wished. They'd fit right in. I considered doing that, but I'm still saving them. I don't know what I'm saving them for, but I'm saving them. These all look really nice. As you can see, this one is the lead one, still counts as the same weapon. She's just a wee bit more fancy. So you have the options of making her not the lead one. But I went with that again because I'd be using smaller units rather than larger units. Okay, so these ladies out of the way. Now let's look at our Exorcist and our Emulator. So the chassis for the Exorcist, the Emulator, and the Castigator, which isn't in the set, are all the same. It's what you put on top is what changed. So this piece, starting from here and up, makes it an Exorcist. This is the Emulator. I don't have everything attached yet. You can easily keep this. This plastic piece comes in one piece. I just attached those because it didn't seem like something that would get in the way. And then you can attach this piece. This is for assembling, for sub-assembly painting. I haven't attached a lot of these different pieces. They're just set. These ones I attached just for you, but I attached it with the barest amount so I could take them off again and powerfully paint the model. So they're all straightforward to build. Both of them were straightforward to build. Of course, they are the exact same bottom. The top is all straightforward to build. It all fits together nicely. I didn't have any issue whatsoever. The only thing that was a bit fiddly, make certain nothing's gonna fall off when I turn it upside down. Okay, the only thing that was a bit fiddly is attaching these. So this piece here is one piece. What gets finicky is attaching these 3 pieces on each of the 4 sides to it, but it's not actually difficult at all if you start at the bottom and work your way up. It is finicky if you follow what they say and just attach the pieces. No. Okay, so all you want to do to make it not difficult for yourself is to work your way up. The knobs will fit into these and it'll make it easy peasy. You just work your way up, push it so that it can't go any further, attach it so it looks nice down here, and then work your way up each piece one at a time, and they fit in nicely. If you do it the opposite direction, it's just gonna be more difficult for you, and there's no need for that. And that's for everyone because they all have the same bottom. So that's the instigator, that's the Castigator, which isn't assembled. That's the Emulator here. That's the Exorcist. The Sisters Rhino is a different piece put together. But for that, it always works. Work your way up from the bottom treads to the top treads. Now, I didn't attach. I have these little guys are missing from here, but they will be attached. They belong there. So this was straightforward. It will take several hours for each one. So take your time. There's no need to rush it. Put on something that you enjoy listening to. There are 3 different weapon options. No magnetization required. You can remove your flamers and put in your other weapons. There doesn't seem to be a way up. Without any gluing or magnetization required. And yeah, they can move up and down. Dee-dee-doo. La 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 la. The Exorcist. It has 2 different weapon options, which I will be magnetizing. Okay, this one was also, it's a straightforward build. You just have to take your time with it. It is going to take some time. You may not want to put all of the figures in. Thankfully, the sister is all by herself. This little thing is all by herself. You can keep this top off if you wish to. I just kept the sister separate, this little thing separate, and the accordion separate for ease of painting. And again, I very barely glued on these sconces so that it would be more easy to paint. For extra pieces, there are, of course, if you don't put on the cherubs, there are extra pieces there. I've got 3 extra cherubs now because I'm not using them. The cherubs, thankfully, for both of the tanks is purely aesthetics. So that's aesthetics I'm leaving off. The cherub in the sisters group is functional, so I'll have to add something to that group as a cherub. But as you can see, you're not missing it if you leave it off, if you decide to leave it off. The pieces are wholly optional. I'm refusing that option. And you also get a couple head choices. I preferred this one, so there's that one, which I decided not to go with. And then there's this one, and I just could not go with that one. Just too creepy for me. So I went with this lady. I only put on her head gently, so if I wanted to remove it, I could. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make certain if you had any questions about this Battleforce, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you in the next video. Bye!